Thanks to you. Welcome once again to our weekly presentations that comes up every Monday at this hour. And I want to take this moment to thank you again for tuning into my YouTube channel. If you're just new to this channel, kindly subscribe to my YouTube channel, like, and why not comment with a thumbs up and hit the notification bell for more weekly updates or uploads of our presentations. So I am Donald Vichas thanking you once again for we shall be looking at the topic strategic standards on time management. Strategic standards on time management. It is commonly believed that we can manage time, but Brian Tracy says time cannot be managed because you cannot reduce the 24 hours of the day that we have. So he goes ahead to tell us that you can manage your activities and not your time. So today we shall be looking on those things that you can manage in order to achieve your result as a student, as a teacher, why not an employee, and as a young person in your personal life. What are those things that you can be able to do in order to achieve your personal results, in order to achieve your goals? And it is normal for you to understand that for every goal that you set for yourself, you should be able to be focused on a result at the end of the day, and of course a positive result. So results are achieved when you are committed to achieve or committed towards that task within a time period and working continuously, persistently in order for you to achieve that result. Many people desire to get things done within a particular period without actually setting strategic standards which can help them achieve their results within a time frame, and this makes them fall into the lane of distraction, wherein at the end of the day, the things they set for themselves, they find out that they are not able to achieve. Yes, this is what a lot of people get to find themselves in, and it becomes a challenge for a lot of people to be able to achieve these goals. And this is what I have been able to deal with. I found out in myself that these strategic standards had been missing in my life, and the moment I got to realize the things that should be done at a particular moment, I found out that it is very important and it is very productive for you as a person, for me as a person, to be able to grow and why not achieve my standards. The absence of productive strategies around your activities, as I earlier said, will obviously lead to distractions. And for you to be able to execute the plans that you have been able to set for yourself within a time period, it becomes very important for you to set out time around those key important things that you would want to achieve within a day, and you get to monitor continuously and you evaluate your goals around the things that you set for yourself, around the things that you want to do as a professional, as a student, as a young person, as someone who wants to build a career as a comedian, as a footballer, whatever thing that you do, you get to set strategic standards around that area of your life wherein you are building. It is rather unfortunate that about 80% of young professionals, as 80% of those who are working as employees, get distracted towards what they are building. As such, they gain only 20% results of their total input or 20% result of their total input according to the 80-20% rule of Loreto. And when you get to understand this 80-20 percent rule, you will realize that in every 20% of your time that you sit to draft out strategic standards on that goal that you build for yourself, you will always yield 80% results at the end of the day. In every 20% that you desire every day to do a particular thing, that you design a goal, that you set down strategies in order to achieve a goal, you will realize that at the end of the day, you will gain 80% of the result. And the reverse is true. When you don't do it the right way, this Pareto law states that you would be influenced negatively if you don't set out the right time to do the right things. And of course, as a young person, as a career, building your career in that domain where you find yourself, this 80% rule should be governing, should be the point, should be the standards that you set around the goals that you set, that you desire to achieve within a particular time frame in order to yield that desired results you set for yourself. Now, what are the practical ways towards time management? The first point that we are going to be looking at is for you to set priorities around your goals. The practical ways that you can be able to manage your time. Remember, we started by saying you cannot manage your time, but you can manage the activities that you have for yourself. And one of those things that you need to do is for you to set priorities around your goals. When you set down goals, you should always make sure that you have those key important goals that you want to execute or you want to achieve at first before the day runs out. What are the 3 top goals that you want to achieve for yourself in a day, in a given time frame that you have set for yourself? This has to do with the goals that you find very important. This has to do with those goals that you find very, very valuable at the moment, and you get to do it at that particular moment such that you are not distracted by other things within the day that will interfere around your goals. So, when you do this, it becomes important for you to be able to understand the various things that are very necessary within that time frame. For example, if you are an employee that you get to submit maybe a report, maybe you are a student that you get to submit an assignment, and you have other assignments to be accomplished within a period, or maybe in a day you have about 3 assignments to be submitted, it is very important for you to set priorities around the goals that are very important and which one comes first. So you are centered on what assignment or what report has to come first, and this will help you become very strategic in order to execute that particular goal that you have for yourself within that time frame. And as such, you get to focus on that priority. You get to prioritize that first goal in order for you to focus on other goals within the day. And as a student, you will not take the assignment that you need to submit maybe in the afternoon and you have not actually done the assignment, and you focus on the things that you will be doing rather in the morning, which are not productive, instead of focusing on that assignment. So what you get to do is you focus on that assignment that you need to submit in the morning within the first period of the day, that you have not actually completed the assignment. You finish the assignment, you go now to the next assignment in order for you to achieve your goals. And as such, when you get to do this, you focus on those priorities for you to be able to achieve your goals for the day. Now, the second point that we shall be looking at is for you to set deadlines. Set deadline. During the moment you get to set down your goals, the moment you desire to achieve your results within a time frame, as a student, as a teacher, as an employee, no matter what you're doing or in that domain where you find yourself, it is very important to set out a deadline that within this particular moment you would be able to achieve this goal that you have set for yourself. And when you get to do this, and of course, setting deadlines, you need to attach rewards to you achieving that particular goal. It is very important to note that those who don't work according to deadline, you find out that laxity comes in. You find out that you would keep on procrastinating the important work that you need to achieve within that time frame. So, deadlines come in order for you to be able to be conscious on what you need to do, to be conscious on the things that you need to discipline yourself to achieve before or on that particular deadline. And when you achieve this goal on or before this deadline, it is very important for you to reward yourself. What I always do is I can play a favorite music for myself and I dance to that music. You can also set out a reward strategy for yourself each time you achieve your goal before your deadline. And something you should be able to understand is, if you are not able to achieve your goal within the time frame that you have set for yourself, it does not mean that you have failed in achieving that goal. It's important for you to, when we shall be looking at the point of accountability, for you to be able to look at what did not go well, what went well, and you reschedule another time or another deadline for that particular goal in order for you to keep on focusing on the important things that will strategically manage your time in such a way that you would be able to achieve your desired goals as a student, as a professional, as an accountant, as a teacher. And with this helps you with the reward system, helps you to motivate yourself at those moments when you feel like giving up on that particular goal. Now, let's move to the next point in our today's presentation, which has to do with practical ways towards time management. It has to do with your accountability. Be accountable. Be accountable. When you set out goals for yourself, it is very important for you to accept the responsibility of achieving or executing that goal. And why not become very intentional about the things that you have set out for yourself, starting with the most important ones that we have seen in your priorities. And you focus on the things that you can be able to overcome in order to achieve your goals. And the moment you get to be accountable for the things that matter a lot for you, at the end of the day, when you get to finish your goals or you get to evaluate the things that you were able to achieve within the day, those that you were not able to achieve, you should be able to take responsibility to accept the fact that it was your own responsibility to be able to look at different ways in order for you to achieve these goals. And this will help you to avoid the blame game towards looking at it was your colleague's fault. It was because this thing was not going. It was their fault. It was not me. And as such, when you get to take this responsibility, you will realize that at the end of the day, you can be able to ask productive questions towards the goals that you were not able to achieve within that day, and you evaluate strategies on how to be able to achieve that goal as you continuously grow in that domain. And why not becoming just better? Let me give an example. Whenever I set my goals, at the end of the day, I come back and I have to take a pen because I write down goals. I have to take a pen. I have to take the ones that I've been able to achieve. Those that I've not been able to achieve, I cross it. Now, when I get to sit back, I ask myself what actually went well. So this gives me the ability to reflect on those things that were very important and those that came as a result of interfering within my goals or interfering within the days, and I did not achieve my goals. Then I now know what I have to do, and of course I will now understand that setting strategic and smart goals becomes very important, because there are moments that I set too much goals for myself and I realize that I am not able to achieve those goals, and this helps me take the responsibility to be able to achieve those particular goals within that time frame. And whenever I teach students, especially in school, I always tell them it is good to take the responsibility of doing your assignments, of getting your notes, copying your notes, doing the right things. That helps you become so intentional about the things that you desire to gain for the day. And as such, whenever they get to understand these things, they will now understand that no matter the number of subjects that they have in the day, they can be able to set priorities, they can be able to set deadlines, and why not, at the end of the day, they are accountable for the things that they are able to achieve within the day. The last but not the least point is for you to avoid distractions. Yes, avoid distraction. This is something that it has not been easy for me to overcome this distraction, but every day I fight as much as possible to overcome distraction. And mind you, distractions are not planned, and as a professional, as a career, as a student, as a teacher, you should be aware of those things that causes distraction in whatever thing that you're building. And it is very important for you to note that distraction can be internal or external, which can limit your ability to achieve your goals. And some of the examples of this distraction ranges from unexpected visitors, you not being flexible enough, you having interpersonal conflicts with your colleagues, maybe with your students, maybe with those you find yourself, maybe you are in a noisy environment, maybe distractions such as hunger can limit your ability to achieve your goals. So distractions, like I earlier said, are not planned. And for you as a professional, for you as a career in that domain, maybe a comedian, a musician, if you are able to set strategic standards around those things that matter a lot for you, you would be able to understand when you need to receive visitors, when you need to look at your emails, when you need to reply those texts in your WhatsApp, maybe in your email box, maybe when you need to have that time to discuss with that colleague. So when you get to focus on those important points that you set out for yourself, you will realize that the strategies that you put in place will help you avoid distraction within the goals that you have set out to achieve for yourself. And if you are not careful, you will realize that the things you set to do in a particular time, without having strategies put in place, you realize that at the end of the day, you have wasted your day and you would not become productive, and as such, time will keep on going. And why not? Remember that time is something that we don't have on our side. Conclusively, the more effective you get to manage your activity, the more effective you get to set strategies around the things that matter the most in your career as a professional, as a teacher, as an accountant, as a student, as a young person, as a youth. Let me put it that way. You realize that the moment you get to put in more strategies around the goals that you set for yourself, gradually these strategies become a system that you can implement within a particular time frame, and it becomes a sustainable goal. This system can become sustainable for your personal use, and why not for your career. So what happens is, the more you get to set strategies around the activities that you get to carry within a time frame, these strategies gradually grow into a system that you can grow, for you to have this system work without you necessarily being there. So this is where delegation comes in. This is where people get to take vacations and their organizations get to function without them being there. Why? Because they have been able to set strategies in order for their activities, or in order for the goals of their activities to be carried out within a time frame. Remember, you cannot manage time, but you can manage the activities that you set for yourself within a time frame. Thank you very much for following. Thank you so much for following. For this presentation was brought to you by Donald Vichas, productivity strategies. That is my name. This is my contact. Kindly subscribe to my YouTube channel, and why not like the like the presentation, comment. If you have questions, you can ask in the comment section. I will kindly reply. And why not share the videos? Please, you can hit the notification bell for weekly presentations, as we shall continuously keep building one day at a time. Why not becoming better as a person? Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Thank you so much.